Hey there and welcome back. We're back with another Dofus Touch video. In this video, I'll be going over a few different ways you can maximize your XP to help you level up as quick as possible. If you're not familiar with Dofus Touch, it houses one of the biggest worlds on mobile with over 10,000 maps, thousands of quests, items, and types of monsters. There are more than 70 dungeons to explore and conquer. Now, there is a new global launch happening on April 3rd, so there's no better time to start than now. I'll be going over my top 5 ways to quickly gain XP and levels. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So at number 5, I have the main story quest line or the main story dungeons. Make sure to take the time to focus on your main story quest line. Not only will you get familiar with the game, but it provides you a large amount of XP from completing the quests. The quest line will lead you through different dungeons which provide rewards and expose you to battles that provide extra challenges which reward you even more experience points. This is one of the best ways to unlock more content in the game that will later help you gain XP even quicker. Number 4, I recommend you search for zones on the map that are equal to your level, as they will house mobs that offer a good amount of experience. Now, there are a few things to know about how mobs work in the open world. When you look at the mobs, it might seem that you'll be fighting one mob at a time. This could be true at times, and individual mobs will have the same level as you and offer a decent amount of experience. However, some mobs have 2 to 3 mobs with them and their levels will add up, causing their power levels to be much higher than yours. If it gets too high, especially at a lower level, they will end up being too difficult. Now, you do have the option to go to a lower level location. I recommend locating zones half your level and fighting mobs of at least 2, which makes it equal to what your current level is. Since the mobs are lower level individually, it will be much faster to kill. Fighting these mobs will present you with unique challenges. Make sure to complete them, they'll reward you with a large XP bonus. Now, this leads us to number 3, which is calculating your XP per second. Now, you might be wondering what this means. So as I mentioned before, when fighting mobs in the open world, you'll come across mobs that are at a higher level than you, the same level or even lower level. Now, each mob pack that you fight will provide experience. However, some fights will take longer than others. So it isn't always the best to go and try and fight the most difficult mobs or the mobs that seem to yield the most amount of experience. I do recommend fighting mobs of lower level that provide a good amount of experience. The reason being, a more difficult mob might offer you, let's say, 10,000 experience and takes you 60 seconds to kill. So in reality, you made about 167 experience per second. So now let's say you find a mob that only offers 6,000 experience, but it takes you 10 seconds to kill. Now you're getting 600 XP per second, which is about 3.5 times more XP per second than the difficult mob. So this is something to keep in mind when out farming mobs and trying to gain some quick XP. Now, number 2 is achievements. There are achievements in the game that provide you with a huge amount of experience. Focusing on these achievements can help you gain XP quickly. I recommend looking into the achievements for specific monsters and dungeons. As you can see here, if you go into your achievements page, you'll be able to go ahead and filter over to monsters. You can select monsters in any sort of area, though you'll see that there's different monsters. For example, here the field plants. The field plants wants you to complete a challenge while defeating the following monsters. For example, here the evil dandelion, the demonic rose, the dark rose, and the wild sunflower, and be at least level 30. Doing so will grant you an additional 117,000 experience. So this can vary as you move up in levels. Now, other than monsters, there's also dungeons that I recommend doing. You can filter to your level here on the side, for example, 1 through 50, 51 through 100, and so forth. But let's say 1 through 50, you go over to one of these famished sunflower, and as you can see here, they can grant you about 234,000 experience. So take the time to make sure that you focus on these objectives, and that'll go ahead and quickly grant you not only the achievement, but also a huge amount of experience. Now at number 1, I have dailies. You will unlock dailies once you hit level 30. Every day, a maximum of 3 missions will ask you to complete different objectives, fighting, dungeons, crafting items, or using your professions. There are several categories of daily missions made up of various possible objectives. Now, these missions can be seen in the daily missions interface. As you can see here, when you finish a daily mission, you will automatically receive rewards or rewards linked to the objective. Once validated, each daily mission will give you several experience points based on how difficult the objective was. After validating 3 daily missions with your character, you'll receive a surprise chest containing up to 3 random rewards. Now, the quality of the chest does depend on your character's level. You can track your daily missions progress in the daily missions interface. If a daily looks too difficult or you simply don't want to complete it, you can use this reset button here to replace it with a new random one. Now, new dailies that you receive won't necessarily have this same objective or rarity as the previous mission. That means if you're lucky, using the reset might get you a rare mission. Alright guys, I'm more than confident if you implement these tips, you will quickly level up to 200. In the upcoming videos, we will go more in depth and review other tips and tricks. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Dofus Touch content. Like always, stay epic, stay legendary, and I'll see you in the next video.